in this thing.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, yeah. I know, right? Finally.
And I tried to do this same podcast for this like the fourth or fifth time.
We probably got some new topics by now.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is that unreleased.
Some new unreleased music.
Yeah.
Nikita Valon, Koala Cool exclusive. Collabs be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called Evaporate. Hey, my name is Rosa. I like to know you.
Oh, yeah. That's how you going to do me?
No, I just had to do that for the sound. That way I can make sure I get it queued up. Right.
Okay.
Got a video coming out for this.
I know. I'm super excited, y'all. I feel like this video is very, it's one of those ones that's like, oh, shit. Like, every time I look at this video, like, to get ready to edit it, it makes me, if I was the people, I would see that and be like, oh, shit, they done fucking teamed up. It's like how I feel.
Yeah.
Honestly, like when I look at it, I just feel like it's the intro to like Mini. That's how I mean. Honestly, like every time I look at it, I'm just like, they done fucked that now, well, because we haven't
Green's like
video
that.
yet.
Green's like the first kid that everybody forgets. You know what I'm saying? And we just it grows up and it's supposed to do what it does. And then the new baby come along and everybody's like, oh, look at the new baby.
Green is gonna be the epic one. This is the one, like this is the one where it's like gonna be epic regardless. But this is the one where it's like we just trying to ease y'all into what the fuck we finna like do. So it's almost like this one it's like a subtle flex too. Like this one's very subtly flexible. And the other one though, like Green is some shit where it's like we told y'all it was coming. We already warned y'all with Evaporate.
Right.
Cause y'all probably wasn't gonna be ready for Green. But we let people hear it, like hear the audio. But that one gotta be like a whole production. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't want to do that one. I didn't want to just do that one like minimal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So as y'all can see, we don't have a guest here. Oh, welcome everybody. Hey, what's going on? Let me get the
let me get the let me get the
Welcome to the people's favorite podcast. Nah, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm Koala Cool.
Yeah.
Got Nikita Valon.
What's up, y'all?
We don't have a guest today. We just got Buddha here in the middle.
Hanging
he's
out.
gonna hang out and listen to us. He looks kind of annoyed, right? He kind of like, man, what y'all
Black
talking about
Buddha.
today?
Black Buddha.
Black Buddha.
You remember that from Family Guy?
Don't remember
Black
Black
Jesus.
Buddha. I do remember Black Jesus.
This is Black Buddha.
Yeah. Buddha was black anyway, but okay. So was Jesus. Anyways.
Perfect.
But anyways.
Black Jesus.
Another story for another time. Well, yeah, we in here. It's Friday. We normally try to get this thing done by Monday or Wednesday at the latest, but you know, life.
Yeah, y'all niggas tired. You know what I'm saying?
Got a lot of stuff going on. Had sessions going on all week and gigs and what else happened this week? Oh, you just got back from your trip. You know, you was gone all weekend. So.
The trip. It's funny, like how you be like the trip, and in my head, I still feel like even though I had moments of like relaxation, I really was like thinking the whole time because there's a lot of pressure being the maid of honor.
Yeah.
Like my brain was still like working though. Like even though I had moments of relaxation, it was like the moments that I stole. I feel like I was like, oh okay, and nobody's worrying about me. Cool. Because I know if I would have stayed in like view, you know how when you're a little kid, like you like how you stay in your room or you do something to stay out of view because the moment you're in view, your parents gonna be like, oh my God, I'm glad I seen you. Can you grab this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do that? Yeah. So I feel like there was moments where I was just like trying to stay out of view.
Yeah, you didn't act like you didn't know how to do nothing when you was a little kid? When I was a little kid,
no.
or I would do stuff and I would like fuck it up like almost intentionally, like just so like just because I knew my mom, my grandma would be like, never mind, I'll just do it, and so I'd just be like, and I'll just like,
You know what you be doing? He tried to do that to me, y'all, with some these chicken salad sandwiches. Talk about some. Oh, I wasn't even finna do all of that when I was finna put the butter on the toast.
I really wasn't.
And I was like, never mind, and then you started laughing, and you over here. What you want me to do now? Oh, I was like, you just remind me. You know what? You remind me of Christmas Day, like as a little kid, like coming down the stairs because your hair be like so. It'd be like how my hair used to be when I was little, like coming down the stairs, just like all free, and just like you just be looking so happy, and then you don't got no fat. And, you know, when we was little, we had like good shapes and shit.
I did not.
You was fat?
I was chubby, and then I would like get tall, but then I would get like chubby, and I was never like real lean like or anything growing up. That was only when I like became an adult. I feel like I got lean.
What about high school?
I was still like I wasn't fat, but I feel like I wasn't like the most in shape person on earth. especially how y'all motherfucking high school kids do down here in Texas. Y'all niggas be looking fucking like I don't know. Y'all I used to think I could beat up like high school kids, and I moved down here and I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know about some of y'all.
Not these high school kids, these high school
make sure I keep
adults.
The pistol on me.
Keep that thing on me for y'all ass. Man, I honestly felt like that like growing up in Alabama too. Like the kids used to look like grown ass folks. Like legit, these kids was like, I mean, they used to be looking grown.
Yeah. Kids with full beards.
Can you scoot in it? Yeah, because it looks like, yeah.
Oh, that means you got more room over there.
I know, it keeps doing that.
Damn.
I swear I be trying to, but look at all the paintings and stuff. Like I was centering it with that. Oh, I know. You could scoot the table with my.
We don't want to do all that. We won't worry about it this time, but.
Okay. We just draw some up.
Good thing I'm nice and lean.
I know I even scooted mine back so I could look the same distance as you.
Nah, we good.
There we go.
But yeah,
we're talking about chairs and shit, y'all. Trying to get our.
Oh yeah.
If
y'all haven't noticed, the decor has changed a little bit. You know, we got some symmetry going on over here with the lights.
Yeah.
You know, got everything just. Trying to get everything popping, man. I be watching podcasts all the time, and I just really be trying to pay attention to just all the little shit that doesn't really get mentioned or noticed, like, you know, like background lighting and, you know, just decor and, you know, just how everything looks like in the shot of a frame. And, you know, it gets kind of deep. Yeah. I really like it because I'm a little bit OCD, so it allows me to harness that disorder, like, in an effective manner. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in here measuring everything, leveling everything off, making sure everything was the same distance from each other, and like my OCD just like loved every moment of it.
Loving all of this. Yes. He said, please just let this happen. The day he was doing it. What's cool about that too, like speaking of decor, like when I guess tying it all back because we try to tell the story like so many times about the trip that he was speaking of. But what's up?
That's what we gonna do. Hold on. We gotta take the people back.
Yeah, bring it way back.
Take it back to the people to the weekend. So.
Oh shoot, yeah.
So Lakita was gone. She was off. She left me here to fend for myself. Barely made it, but we
That's
here.
What he be acting like, y'all.
No, her friend's getting married. Her friend Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren and John. Shout out to Lauren and John. Honestly, like I love them.
They're getting married. Oh, happy couple.
I love them, man. They so cool. Like it's really cool because I knew Lauren from working at Victoria's Secret. I was already working there when I met her. This was like honestly, I feel like she came in 2015 because that's when I graduated college. So I want to say she might have came a couple of months before. And then we got to know each other up until the point where I graduated. Mm-hmm. And then she, I had like a little potluck at my house. And so I invited her.
Potluck? What is a potluck?
When you invite people to a party and everybody brings a dish.
Oh, so everybody got to bring a dish. That makes
it'd be a dish or, wine, drink, like, whatever it ain't. And you could provide whatever you want. Like most times if I do something, I'm going to make like a trash can punch. And for those who don't know, a trash can punch is not in the trash. It's like we just mix a bunch of alcohol and a bunch of juice and a bunch of shit that just makes this punch. And it tastes really good, but you'd be like, what's in this? And it's like, shh.
Have you seen there's like Instagram videos of like they put like how kids is getting drunk in 2021 and they got like the big ass like tub and they throwing motherfucking gummy worms and motherfucking they throwing all the candy in that mug,
everything in
all the sodas, like all the colored sodas, all the Fagos and all that shit up in that mug, then pouring like a few bottles of like Everclear or like, you know what I'm saying, like the cheapest
they doing
alcohol.
tubs.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like a meme, but that's actually probably pretty accurate, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody take y'all ass to the bathroom. Like every time you use the restroom, you have to like scoop a shot out. That'd be kind of so unsanitary, but like fun at the same time. But yeah, I used to do something like that. So me and her knew each other, and then I met John at one of my shows with my band. He was in the audience, and he came up to us and was like, "Hey man, y'all are super dope." And anyway, me and him ended up being cool. And one day, me, my sister, and Lauren went to go eat sushi, and then I was like, "Hey, I want to invite that guy," because in my head I already knew that like if they met, that they would just kind of hit it off. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be like that though. I'm not gonna lie. I just was like, she's single at the time. She had just got out of a horrible relationship, and that's how me and her end up getting closer because of that. Honestly, like she was around me so much because of that, and I just had her back through the whole thing. So then after that, I was like, I know it's probably too soon, but this dude real cool, whatever. So anyway, that's how they met. And so it's cool to me that even through everything they went through in general, like they end up together. Because now when I go over there, it's like I'm both of their friend, but I'm her best friend though. But
do you feel like when you look at them, you're like, yeah, nigga, I got y'all together? Yeah, that's all me.
You know what?
They gonna have kids. Gonna be like, yeah, little nigga, you're welcome.
So he saw that's funny. He saw her that same night, but I didn't know. I didn't know he saw her because he didn't say anything about her. So when we first linked
that's because
up,
you can't.
Well, most people do though. They'll say, "Hey, like, what's up with your girl?"
But if you
like,
don't know yet, so if I see your friend and I'm feeling like I kind of like her, but I'm like, I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know yet. Like, I can't say nothing to you because I already know you about to already do what you do. So it's like, I can't even say nothing to Lakita yet. Let me chill.
Damn, it just depends.
Let me chill.
It just depends because like I'm crazy. I'm like one of them people. Like I know what you saying. Like if we tell a girl, they'll go back and be like, "Girl, he was talking about you." But there's also times where it's like when me and him had hung out, we was playing guitar. Like he plays guitar and we was like writing music, and he never mentioned her once. He never was like, "Hey, is your girl sing?" Like not at all. So like I said, I didn't even know he saw her because she was like, I'm on stage, she's somewhere in the bar hanging out with our friends. So I didn't even know that he put us two together.
Right.
If that makes sense. But I guess when you're really watching somebody, you're going to see like who they leave with and all that kind of stuff. So when later on when he was like, yeah, he didn't tell me that till after they had already, when he met up at sushi. And I'm telling y'all, they was just blah, 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 just going on and on. I was looking at my sister like, wait a minute. And then she was like, yeah, he's real cool. And that was in 2015, y'all. And then they just been really much just kind of rocking, going through whatever they doing, and finally got to this point right here. They got a nice home together. They just doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, without telling too much of their business, but they're doing amazing.
What do you think about that? Like whole traditional, like, well, I guess we've already broken tradition, but like, you know what I'm saying? Normally I feel like you hold on.
I was fan.
Yeah, hold on. Come on now. Come on. I was just referring to like, I feel like the normal route is like get married and then like get a place together and like move in. But I don't know anybody that's actually done that. I feel like most people I know, they move in together before they, like get married and shit. Like I would want to. Like I want to know what it's like living with you before we get married.
I remember you talked about this too on one of the pods a while back, and then I know the way that I was raised. Well, to agree with you, I don't know anybody either, like none of my friends either that are married. They was already either living with somebody or at least going to spend the night a lot or something. Like I don't know any of my friends that's married right now that didn't live together before.
Right. That seems nuts to wait until after you get married.
You know what? Because I really didn't think of it that way until one of the podcasts when you was talking about that. You was like, because I would want to know what that person's like. But I grew up traditionally too, where even me, I didn't want to live with nobody before I got married. But then as I got older, I was like, yeah, like. It's not the goal. I don't think that should be like a goal. I feel like it's like if you meet somebody and y'all already live separate, then spend the night a lot. Like try to spend the night.
So I feel like traditionally, if that's what it is, if both people already have their own places and nobody's gonna want to give up their place, two things happen. Either y'all like really well off, so y'all go and get another place,
Yeah,
and y'all keep it together, or I guess like
I don't know who plays better for both of y'all.
Or y'all get rid of your places and get one together. But normally, what ends up happening is the man gets his own other place and then has like a secret place.
Yeah,
which is weird too. But I've heard that happening too.
You know what? Like, to agree with that, honestly, like, even just going back when I had my own place and stuff, I never thought once that I was gonna be like anytime I've ever dated somebody, I always was thinking that I was gonna be with them. I never was just dating somebody just to date. Yeah. So, they met me when I had my place and stuff. So I never once in my mind was like, oh yeah, now that I'm with you, we're gonna move in together. Like, I was just like, no, we're until you're trying to marry me, or until we get married, like, but we could spend the night, we could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just so I can get a feel of like how I know you're gonna try to pick it up a little bit if I'm coming over, or some people don't.
Yeah.
And that even shows me how much you care too.
Yeah.
And so like just being around you enough, like even if it's a week or so at a time, I can tell like how you live and how you are just for that little bit. And then I know if you're there longer, when you start to get more comfortable, you're definitely not gonna care. And so I feel like it should still be the traditional way.
Wouldn't it be a red flag though if like a man was like at your place too much?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would feel like, and they should think it's a red flag too from me. If I had my own place and I was at their place too much, hell yeah. Like if I had my own place and
I would probably miss that red flag. Because I would probably be like, oh, they want to be over here all the time or some shit.
Oh,
like I don't think I would be. I don't think I would like see it as like oh shit, like why is she over here so much? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't think of it like so bad, but I think when you have your own places too, because you haven't lived with nobody, like at this point, I think that if I were to make my presence so much somewhere at this point, it'd be like, okay, so now we need to probably talk and consolidate because you're over here so much, you might well live together. So that's why in my head, I'm like, we supposed to have, because I know that like in my last relationship, because he lived with his mom still at the time when I was dating him. So when he would come to my apartment, I think it was just more like a freedom or like an escape from being over there. And then, but there was times where I'd be like, all right now.
Yeah. In cases,
I like my space too,
In cases where people will have their apartments, what do you think is more common, like when they get together, if one was to move in with the other, that men move in with women or women move in with men?
I feel like a woman would probably, not traditionally you would want a girl to move in with the man, but if you have a conversation about it, I honestly would say whoever's place has the most space.
Bingo,
you know what I'm saying?
Bingo. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like, why would I be like, well, because I'm the man, I'm the man, move in with me. And I'm like, but look at like I have this extra, room or whatever it be. It's just like either if it's enough space for both of y'all, move to the one with the bigger space. Right. Or just like you said, y'all wait out y'all's leases and then just get a bigger. Because breaking the lease sucks too.
Who got the bigger, nicer place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, fellas, if the lady got a nice place, it's okay. The ladies like nice shit. You was a bachelor.
I bet, tons of men move in with women every day. I guarantee this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think on average, women probably have nicer places than men.
Just because they like that.
It's probably already cleaner. It's probably already decorated nicer. It's probably in a better part of town. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is...
Yeah, but it depends on where you are in your career, too.
Right.
Because there's some people that I just kick it with and they live nice places downtown, like that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you would think that it would be all dirty and messed up because they were like single and shit, but it wasn't. Or like if you in the military, like little shit like that for men. So there are some men that be keeping it nice. Like they be, it's all order. I know it's the ones who be like the hoes. Because they gonna keep their place like spick and span because they notice how you get the bitches.
No, I don't know about that, but
I mean,
I know what you're saying.
Because a girl's attracted to that, like a man who knows how to keep it clean. Without that, like shit.
I feel you on that, but I've always had. I consider my place nice, but I've always had a nice place, not for women at all. It's more of like a me. It's for sure a me thing.
What do you mean?
Like it's like there's nothing in here was like under with the intentions of like, oh, I'm about to get bitches over here or some shit. Like it's all like it's everything in here was just based around like what I genuinely particularly like am really into.
Oh,
like,
well, no,
I could care less
tell that.
about anything else.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't even think my house is that like well, it's more woman friendly now, but I don't even think it was that women friendly like before. Like I didn't really like think about it too much. I'm a clean guy, so I don't know.
What I'm saying is like the cleanliness alone is the part that's gonna get the bitches.
Sure.
Because like if I ever went to a guy's house and it was clean, it didn't have nothing up in there that made a girl go ooh. It was just maybe the house itself, like the fact that you have this home is already like a ooh, you know what I'm saying? And then the fact that you're clean is like, oh shit. Yeah. So that like as for me, I know I'm a type of woman. There are some women that aren't clean though, so they actually don't have a problem with anything. I know some women that you look at their house and you be like, oh. Yeah.
I know what I was trying to say. I like making something from nothing. So like this place was like really old and like everything was outdated and it was really like it didn't look like nothing. Like it was not some place anybody would want to just go hang out. Definitely not no place anybody want to just go create some music in. Like when I first got it,
Dang.
Like it was, you know what I mean. Like, but I was like,
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah. So, but wow. I just like had like a vision of like way before I moved in. I had like a whole vision of like what I wanted, what I liked, and And then when I just got this place, like that's what I was trying to say about the chair. Like all I need is like just like one thing, and then it's almost like a snowball effect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once the ball gets rolling, like it's hard to stop me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So once we got one chair, like the next one's probably coming next week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, but if I would have waited until I could afford to have everything done in this place, I would have never gotten it. Mm-hmm. It took just getting it and then just slowly working on it over time until it started getting where I wanted. But you know, some people like, this is what I was saying about me. Like if I don't do that, I'll just stop and I won't get things done because sometimes it's overwhelming thinking about all the things that gotta be done. Like, you know, sometimes. And
see, I agree. What I agree with you on for sure is, well, it's not a debate. That's where I guess we're talking about two different types of people. It's not a debate, but I'm saying like I understand for sure on the part about trying to think about so much. So I definitely am a fan of breaking it down. Mm-hmm. You know, breaking it down to, because I don't like to freak out, guys. I really hate. Like my motto for me, honestly, is just try to do everything you can to not have the stress, but I'm not stupid. Like I'm aware of what life happens, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like there are moments where I'm like, damn, man, this really sucks, but I just try to smile, you know, I try to like fight through it, right? But so that's how I look at life, like the same way as the chair. It's like, it's all seem like one big picture, but then at the same time, which one is like better, like, you know, or even if we got two chairs at a time, because I also know how I am. If I see one, I'm gonna be mad that I couldn't get the others,
and that's great. Because you know what being like, so evolutionary speaking, all of your emotions are tied to make a human being do something. So being mad is a evolutionary thing that humans developed to get them to take action and do things.
Yes, and that's true.
So it would do what it needed to do.
Well, that is true. But with the shares, I know that if I see that, that's not something like I'm going to end up putting it over the things that I really need to be doing because I'm going to see it. Mm-hmm. Is what I'm trying to say. Right. So then when I know, but what I'm very good at, like, if somebody gives me like a number goal or like some type of whatever type of goal, and a date, a goal, a number, whatever. So if you say, okay, these shares, you know, 500 something, boom, boom, I know, Lakita, we split, I know I need to come up with this half. And then once I come up with that half for that, because, you know, sometimes you raise money and you need it for the other stuff. Right. So it's like prioritizing, and then, you know, so with these, I like that same concept as what I was trying to say about breaking down, because I just say about like a bed or something, like how we were talking about pillows and stuff. Mm-hmm. I know that you can get a comforter set and a pillows and stuff before a big ass bed. Right. And so I know I don't mind breaking it down like that and doing the comforter stuff first, or like the pillows and stuff first, and then getting to bed later. Like I'm down for that kind of stuff. But when it's all the same thing, like just say if we needed 4 pillows, I wouldn't go and I would probably at least get 2. I gotta get half. I gotta go halfway or all of them.
It depends on the object, of course.
Yeah,
Like,
but you know what I'm saying?
Like 4 pillows ain't a deal, like a big deal. But
no, but I'm just trying to put it in.
These chairs we're trying to get, unfortunately, is nice, and so they're a little bit more pricey than.
And I'm cool, with waiting. Maybe but like I would be happy we had 2.
See,
like
the
to
other
see
option
one,
would be to get
I'd be like,
cheaper
what?
chairs and just get all of them too.
Yeah, and then they won't be longevity though.
Facts, and they won't look as good.
Yeah, I'm all for like if it's gonna be the quality and longevity, then I'm cheap now, y'all. Don't get me wrong.
I just like things to look nice.
But yeah,
I'm more about things looking nice.
Yeah. I'd rather it be like cheap and just look nice, but then I realized there's 2 of us and we actually do more business, like stuff where people have to use these chairs and sit on them and all that stuff, and they gonna be getting worn down. And then it's like we could have just bought the ones we liked.
I noticed how rough people are with my shit, like especially stuff that I've had to like replace like multiple times. I'd be like, damn, y'all niggas wear like the headphones in there. I'd be like, every time people pick them up and like using them, I'm like, go quit handling my headphones like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? People
just made a hit.
Like that.
Bow.
Yeah, people get so excited and stuff, and it's like I can't even like ruin the moment by like, hey, take it easy with the headphones. But I had a really nice pair of headphones broken. And like after that, I had to get them replaced. And instead of getting some cheaper ones, I just got another pair of nice ones because I care about like, the sound and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now I just, every time somebody picks them up, I'm just like, oh, please just handle my shit with care.
Yeah. I think if they knew, because I know, I mean, obviously I don't really want to fuck with nobody's shit on purpose, but also not only giving care to it already, but because I know too that you had to do that, I even be looking at them now. Like when people be moving them, if I'm moving them all kind of ways, like during the cipher and like all kind of stuff. I just be like,
yeah. I think you just have to know the kind of person I am. I think as long as you know that I'm the type of person that's about to make you responsible for anything that you break in my house, then like you already know.
Put them hoes down, nigga. I brought my own headphones this time, dog.
But sometimes since it's like this is like a home business, I feel like people don't see it as like a business sometimes. And so like I know sometimes when you're in somebody's home, you break something, they're not gonna hold you accountable for whatever you break like in their house. But no, nigga, this is get in that studio, that's business. Anything in there you touch, you break, you buying that. Got time for that. Hey, I appreciate all the business, everybody that comes through. I love all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? The only reason I can have the headphones and have all the stuff in there is because y'all be fucking with me. So yeah, man, got some really great music coming out. People been coming to the studio a lot more lately,
Yeah.
Man, I said it right.
What?
I said I feel like a pickup's coming in business, like, you know what I'm saying? It's about busy. I'm realizing since I've been an engineer and recording people that there's a season for like recording, and fall is kind of one of those seasons that people like to get in the studio. Artists like to get in the studio and record.
Yeah, because if you live in Texas, it ain't. First of all, if you paying bills and you live in Texas, all your shit going up during the summer.
Facts.
And so you were stressing about that shit.
Yeah.
And then when they get a little cooler outside, you don't really want to be. Some people don't want to be out. Some people do. It just depends. Because some people just hate when it's cold. So then they'd rather just like go somewhere cozy,
right,
and somewhere that's a vibe, and they just be like, let me just hone in and create. Because some people just really like the summer or the spring or whatever. They don't want to do nothing when it's cold. And then on the other hand, too, your bills going down, so you got a little bit more money to spend, and then they were thinking about all the holidays you can promote your project.
Shout out all the college kids using your extra money that you got from your financial aid over here. So I feel like that be happening too.
all the college
you get that little bit of money from your financial aid, and you're like, oh, what's this little extra money?
I ain't see that. I didn't see that until my last 2 years of college because of that loan. If it wasn't for that, I would have never seen no refund.
But they didn't give you because they give you like a certain amount like at the beginning of the semester, right? Like you remember getting like a certain amount.
So are you talking about financial aid or the loan? Financial aid.
Isn't that the same thing?
Financial aid is free money. It's it's like just government money, like grants and shit.
Oh, the grants.
That's what financial aid is. You don't gotta pay that back.
Okay,
The loan is like a
that's right.
A loan, like unsubsidized
I
and
guess
subsidized.
I kind of like put it all together in one pot whenever I did it in the end. You know what I mean? Because I did think I got a little bit of both, and so I remember just putting it all in one. And then I remember by the end of like before I started class, all my classes were paid. I had all my books, had my my food thing, and then I just had like this extra money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I was like, oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
money.
They give it to you and you do all your shit, but like if you don't add up, shit, I had financial aid scholarship and still didn't have enough to pay everything. So then I paid the rest out of my own pocket.
Damn.
And then I didn't see refund checks or anything unless I had already paid like in the beginning of the year. Because I also used to like round it out and think, okay, I'm registered for these same type of classes next semester. So I already would like pay online, and then sometimes I would actually pay a little bit over. And that's probably the only time I saw one in junior college was when I gave too much of my own money.
Damn.
And then I got like a little $300. I was like, oh my God, I thought I was rich because everybody used to be like, refund check time. I just be like, I ain't even checking mine, man. I'm working right now. I was going to work then. But when I got the loans at A&M is when I saw a refund. And then I was like, man, should I say, you know what, y'all? If you get loans, I didn't even think of this till right now. If you get loans, man, you get that check back. If you don't need it, say that much so you can start paying the loan back.
Sure.
With that money. But I ain't think of none of that shit while I was getting it because I actually did need it.
Or
and that's how they
wisely.
get you. Yeah, that
in
too.
the studio time.
And I mean, all of that. You know, I didn't have that when I was growing up. When I was in college, I ain't had no Koala Koo or nobody to run to go make a project. And I sure wasn't even worrying about that.
Yeah, me either.
I was writing though. I definitely was writing, but
no, I wasn't.
I wasn't thinking I was going to come out with my debut project.
I was trying to figure out how to talk to girls.
See, that's what your problem is. Worrying about them girls. See, you would have had a little pimp house.
What?
Bachelor pad, clean house for the bitches.
When?
Anywhere, ever.
No.
Most men houses. Anyway, I was trying to bring back the story because you were talking about decorating, and Lauren and John just did a whole bunch of stuff to their house. But what I love about like when we talk about decorating and stuff, we both have different styles of decorating, but I think it works. Mm-hmm. Like we take a little bit of each, and we like, okay, cool, this work. This is still like manly, and I just need a little touch of this or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like we so off. Like even when I come to this house, when I first used to come up here, I never was like, oh, it's so manly. Like I would just be like, hey, this is a nice ass house, you know. And then you can see your personality through all the things. It's really what I was really looking at.
I embrace the femininity of decorating whenever I choose to decorate. I don't try to like make it too guyish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
decorating is fun. It's fun, y'all. They added so much shit, man. They got all the shit there, so it was really cool weekend. That's about it, because I don't even really know how to even bring it back, really, unless you ask me questions that make sense. But I don't want to just like force it.
No, we don't gotta force it.
But I was excited about the story.
We also don't have to like recap every detail of the story either. But yeah, you went dress shopping over the weekend, and that was a whole experience that women get to do. Men we miss out on because we're not fucking cool like that.
They don't even be tripping though, because it was fun. Like I think we were just trying to break. I think what made the story longer last time, we were trying to break it down. I was trying to break it down for the people. Well, I said we, because we were trying to. Every time I would say something, thinking that you guys would know, I know we have to explain it sometimes for people who are like, what? Mm-hmm. But basically, I'm the maid of honor for my friend Lauren and John's wedding. And basically with that comes responsibility. She already got like a wedding planner and stuff like that, but I basically got to be the one as well to help when it comes to like the color of the dresses or like anything she want to consult with. She had to talk to me about it, because she wanted to consult and make sure or whatever. So me and her girls, we all went to just basically go with her. So while she tries on wedding dresses, and we tell her which one is the right one. And then she picked one that weekend. It was beautiful. It was amazing. But then the experience that I got out of the whole weekend, to be honest, is that because of me and you being together, it's like I got to just see couples of all ages interact. And that's what I really wanted to come back to tell you about, really, because it wasn't just like, you know, when you said you get around women and you come back and you think we're just like, oh my God, no, I'm ready to get married. Like I already want to get married, you know. Mm-hmm. But it just made me go, wow, like I can't.
Oh, well, no, that's not the
one.
What?
What? How dare you want to get married?
My finger slipped.
Oh my God.
Finger slipped.
How dare you? I'm like, how dare I do what?
No, my finger slipped. My fault.
What you trying to play?
I wasn't trying to play
nothing.
I wasn't trying to play nothing. We good. Go ahead. Continue, please.
But I definitely want to get married. And so that's something that me and my sister used to talk about too as kids, like even growing up. So experiencing like it, she was not a bridezilla, not a crazy person at all. So just seeing how she was prepared when she went in there, seeing how the men treat the women, like they're all just so like, I mean, all the age ranges. Her mom was there and her dad, so that's one. And then her sister, her older sister, and her husband, and now they have a new baby. And so that's another like generation that's going down. And then you got Lauren and John, they're the fiance, you know, engaged, but he has kids, and so she's put like the.
Are they both fiancés?
Yeah.
That's how that works. They're both called fiancés.
Fiance, yeah.
Okay.
Like my fiance,
I wondered that if they were both called fiancés.
I know, right? Fion and my fiance, fianciste. But so it's like cool seeing them, and then John has kids, so she's like doing the stepmom thing. Like it's really cool. And then his brother's there, and he's like the younger, like single brother. Like it's like seeing all these. This tree, I guess you could say, just going down. So I literally, because I'm not their like actual family, they still treat me like family, but because I'm not their actual family, there's things that I know when to step off away sometimes when they're having like family discussions, but they don't care about having them in front of me because they be like, oh, you family. But like when there's moments like that where I'm like, oh, this is getting too personal, I just duck off somewhere. Then I would just be in different quadrants of the house, and sometimes the men will be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go outside and smoke and chill or whatever and play games. And then I get to hear how they think about women, because I also am one of those girls who's like one of the bros sometimes. And so I really like hearing their perspective, and that's kind of what I got to experience this weekend, like seeing how they feel when we was like, how when we went to the dress shop, that was like, bruh, like everybody missed we miss our women and stuff like that, but they're like, dude, when my girl wants to freaking go, just let her fucking go, bro. Happy wife, happy life. And then this other dude's like, yeah, man, you know, it's cool and all, but then like when we gonna do our guys trip? And then they're like, that's why you know, everybody's like, when we gonna do
Excuse me, y'all.
Oh, where's that button? Damn, we need a bum bum. You know, and so to the people, America, it's like it was really cool just seeing all the perspectives and the people, like how they treat each other, and then you get to see like why these people have been married so long, and then they're giving advice to like everybody else, and you just see like everybody's little family forming. So I enjoy people watching and just listening to people, and the guys were just being so honest, like, you know, with everything.
Did anything exciting happen, Lakita?
That doesn't sound exciting. Well, I was kind of stalling because I didn't want to talk about this.
I know, I can tell. But did anything exciting happen?
I mean, yeah, I should say, you guys, for y'all that don't know, this is like the third fucking time that we try to tell this story. So if I'm forgetting things or think of something later, that's just why, because now it's all leaving me because the whole
we need to get to the.
I said, the exciting part that happened, she chose a dress. And then it was a good little family time. That's really... I don't know how to blow y'all's mind.
I mean, if they're like a cool family and no drama, then nobody cares. We only care if like something crazy happened.
Oh well, I talked about the hurricane.
Oh, the hurricane.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like it's because that was a week ago.
I'm saying we got to get to the juice of
this. The juice is that for the women who know it's important. She said yes to the dress, so that's number one. Number two, it was a good little family thing, and then her family is from Louisiana, so then they had this hurricane out there. So I hope you guys are doing all right. That's what we wanted to say last time. Prayers to y'all. My daddy and them live in Louisiana too, so I hope y'all doing all right.
I know y'all probably can't hear this, only they got power and stuff right now, but
I don't know. That's the thing. Like they didn't even evacuate for that. They just came for the dress fitting, and then on the news, turns out they was making people mandatory evacuate in certain areas of Louisiana. So luckily, they were already out here, which that ended up turning out being cool, too. So in the midst of coming down for dress shopping, they ended up having to stay longer anyway because of a hurricane. And it ended up working out because they all was together. That's how you tie that story back together.
Aww.
Yeah, it was nice. and I think that's really why I enjoyed people watching, because they was worried about their homes and stuff, but they didn't have no choice but to enjoy themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And that was fun, like watching them.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, since they older too, I was trying to get like I was just listening to like different perspectives. And not just because they're older, but because like, you know how And just paying attention. I don't know. I was just getting perspectives and stuff.
Cool.
That's it.
Well, that's awesome. I was just here at the house hanging out and trying to stay busy.
What'd you do?
This music shit, same shit I do every day. Pinky, try to take over the world.
Pinky in the brain.
Yeah. That's about it.
No. What? So like, no. I know you did stuff. You're not gonna tell us what music it was. You're not gonna.
What music? This past weekend.
Yeah.
I was working on some beats. I'm always working on beats. And did I have any sessions this week? It's hard to remember. Every day is kind of like a blur. I don't know.
Well, we had one, but I guess y'all didn't want to talk about it.
What?
Yeah, one session on Sunday. That's about it. That's all I know.
Oh, I did have a Sunday session with Travis. We're working on a new song. That's gonna be hot. I don't even know if I can talk about it.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I don't even think it could be like talked about.
Care. It's called Blood Diamond. It's gonna be live. Crazy ass beat that I made.
Oh yeah, that beat is.
Anytime we make something, it normally comes out. We did that. He's been doing really well with the beats that I've been giving him lately. Because we did Pray, and he did well with that one. Did the video and everything, got the visuals and everything right. Then we did Shine, which you was in.
Make sure y'all go stream that.
Yeah, we can play some of this music and did the visuals with that. And it's all been good. And now with this one, I feel like it's probably gonna take the same path, be like another little single, maybe.
Yeah. What's cool about this song too, guys? It's this session is one of my Mocha Mondays.
The Shine one?
Yeah. Because I was living with my mom and I came down to y'all's session. It was Smitty, Spread Love, and Travis M had a session here with you. Mm. And the only reason how I found out about the session is I saw it on Twitter. Mm. Like they was on Twitter and it was like, hey man, we finna pull to the treehouse, you know what I'm saying, to do this session with Koala. And then I was like, oh, when? They was like, hey, I've been trying to do a song with you. And I was like, tell me when, So I had no idea what they was going to be doing. I just pulled up to your house and started vibing. This song wasn't even like this. Like, we wasn't even writing about Shining at first. We was, like, writing about the name of the beat, Past Life.
Oh, yeah.
And then we started rapping about that. And then, like, out of nowhere, it just changed into Shine. Like, it was crazy.
It kind of just happens like, yeah, you just pick a topic and you start writing about it, and then within all that writing, somehow like a hook kind of like manifests out of all of that writing, and then sometimes that'll change the direction of the song vibe. Or whatever. But
and it was cool because we all wrote it together like right there, and we wasn't even like listening to each other's verses or nothing. Like it was just kind of like one of those. I asked, hey, let me read yours real quick so I can get some know what you're talking about, and then everybody just kind of. Once we would say them out loud, we started helping each other like piece them together and make sense and stuff. Yeah. So I actually really enjoyed it because I knew it was going to be epic, and I haven't, me personally, besides I would say like Den Day, as far as like epic stuff, I haven't been a part of anybody else's music that's been epic.
Right.
And I'm not saying y'all, the people that I've collabed with, their music isn't epic. I'm not saying that. I just feel like the amount of work and time and visual, all that. Like I haven't personally been on anybody else's besides my own stuff, But Smitty, shout out to Smitty. Hope you're back feeling right. The boy did the crate challenge.
Oh my goodness.
And went viral.
Smitty spread love. Hold on.
And then we was like,
give Smitty a round of applause, man, for this.
That was
this man putting his body on the line for this shit, man. We're proud of you, Smitty.
There's one man right here. That's one man that's going to go viral. He said, if I don't go viral, I'm going to get it off the vine.
Yeah,
this nigga just went viral after this song he wasn't playing.
If y'all ain't seen it, man, y'all got to go check out the homie Smitty Spread Love, man. He did the crate challenge. And let's just say...
He all right. He just fucked his back up on the side. He like bruised up, right? So somebody took pictures of it.
Let's just say he made it down a lot quicker than he made it to the top of that crate.
Oh, to the top. Yeah. Well, go up, gotta come down, baby. Smitty spread love definitely came down. But he all right. He don't got nothing broken. That's the good thing. He ain't broken up. He just a little bruised up. And I guess they took pictures of it. He ended up on the news too. Like he went viral, and then he went on the news, and the news video went viral. And then what you call those people? The Shade Room reached out to him.
That's what's
like he's getting, you know what I'm saying? So I'm actually really excited because it's like, well, shit, like I hope your back feel better. But he always be doing like the right moves to go viral somehow or whatever. And it's cool that we have a song with him.
He real in tune to the social media stuff. That's good.
We gotta get him on here.
We haven't had Smitty on the show yet?
We talked about it, but maybe he was like working out of town.
Oh yeah, that's so weird. I feel like we have.
It feels like that.
Oh, I did an interview with him on the Vibe More thing.
Yes,
when I was doing the Vibe More. Okay, that's what I remember.
Oh
yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah,
I saw that one.
But yeah, man, everybody's been doing good things with the music. I've been just being more picky with like who I'm giving beats to, and just trying to like really just instead of worrying about like the money of like the business of beats and like trying to sell beats and stuff, I've been more worried about like just the music quality, and that's kind of, and then the money's just been coming just because the people that I work with, like I don't work with nobody that, you know what I'm saying, can't buy beats or like, you know what I'm saying, like is not investing in the music, so so I already know I'm gonna get the money back, you know, so what I just get to worry about right now is just making the best music, which is great.
Yeah,
ain't always been able to do that, so
dang, I like that's what's up. Like, and it feels even just witnessing it and just hearing everything, it just everything is going like up. Like it's I don't feel like anything or anybody's like going backwards or.
It's tough. I struggle. I feel like there's way more money to be made, but because I be caring about the music so much, like, because every time I have people over here and they find out I do beats, if they didn't know, they'd be like, "Oh man, why don't you put your beats up on YouTube and on BeatStars?" And you know what I'm saying, just flip beats like that, and that's great. And I applaud everybody that does that and got that hustle going. That's a great hustle for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, like you have to be okay, personally with like your music and stuff, like and with your career and the moves that you're making. And I always notice like when I sold beats just to like sell them, like I didn't ever like feel that accomplished necessarily. I didn't ever feel that good about it.
Yeah.
And I always felt great about like picking people like on beats and, you know what I'm saying, and like being real exclusive with my stuff. Like I always felt super great about that. And there hasn't been a time yet where I've been like, man, I regret that. But there have been times I've been regretting just like selling beats for just to sell them.
Yeah, it's because like shit, when you produce, like especially if you didn't have like a vision for your own self, like if you're just making them so you can get your catalog going, you know, you're thinking like that's the way. But then once you get that money, like you said, or you do it and it's over, and then if you don't, especially if you don't have a relationship with the person that you sold it to, then you don't know if they're gonna show you the song or you know, make a visual. Like you don't know what they're gonna do. You just got a beat out there floating around in the world. And in the same way you are now like picky like that with who you allow on your beats, is similar to how I choose my features on my album. Because you know how like you know you cater it and you go, oh, I hear this person on there. That's how I do my music. Like it's like one of those things, like if I'm gonna be on your song, that's your project, you hear me on it, cool. But if it's mine, like everybody and their mama not finna be on my music, because if I don't hear your voice on it or something, I'm not even gonna ask. And then like, you know, there's some people that do surprise me, like maybe I'll play it or something, they start vibing, like freestyling. But even if I don't like it, I'm still gonna tell you right then, like, hey, that you dope or whatever, but not for this track. Maybe I'll come up with another track for you.
You dope, but not for this track.
And dope meaning like, you know, there's some people that when you hear their voice mixed with a certain key or whatever, it's just magic. And you know, and if it doesn't give me that feeling, if it just gives me like, well, yeah, you're amazing, but you just want to be on this song just because you're amazing, don't mean that. I don't feel like all your beats are for me, or you know what I'm saying, like I don't feel like you know what I'm saying, like there's some ones you should just know, like you want to challenge yourself too, you know what I'm saying, and do other stuff, but there's just some stuff, it's just when it's in you, it's just some shit of like you hear that voice
and then sometimes
like,
they don't even be that great an artist, but they just sound good on that.
Yeah,
perfect example, me on that track we just did with Damir.
You have a great
but I'm not, but you know what I'm saying, I'm not like an artist, but for whatever reason that note in that song it's like my particular like range, like I yell in that range, like you know what I'm saying. So like it's like naturally like that me singing that one little note, if you can call it singing.
Y'all, let me tell y'all, this man
perfect.
I'm gonna get you on a song.
No, I don't even know what note it is.
Don't do that man like that. He finna get up.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. Brother. That's it. I keep trying to think about it. Song. I know. I'm excited about that. That just happened off the whim.
Yeah.
Off the whim.
That's gonna be some good music I got coming out with Damir too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. I think that's important, like you said, just to with anybody, y'all, if you're a producer or if you're just an artist or if you're both, you know, when you're making music, like it's okay to collab with people and do whatever, but the best results gonna come out when it's like when you know it's that it. And I would say that it as in like when you know like this it you get that feeling that you get when you're creating it, like yes, it makes sense to make this song with this person. And most time it just happens naturally too, you know.
Yeah. I just like being reassured that as much energy is being invested as I'm putting in it. Like when it collabs, like I feel like that's like real important with collabs. It's like, damn, as long as everybody's giving the same effort and energy into this, like then it turns out amazing. But if one person spent a whole lot of time making a beat and then y'all spent 30 minutes to an hour writing and recording y'all's verses, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all should sit down some more and think about it. And
you bring this up a lot.
That or if it's not on that part of it, like do like Travis has been doing the video and doing like, you know what I'm saying, like taking it further, you know what I'm saying, taking it further. But what I don't like is when people get beats and then they just make these songs and I can tell not too much time has been put into making the songs and then it just ends up on their album and then it's just like in the back somewhere and it's like, damn, I spent a lot of time working on that for them to only put a little bit of effort into.
It's really just like if you care about anything, you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
So like to me, like, you know, no matter how long it took you to write whatever, if you really care about the shit, like you're gonna treat it with care. So like you said, out of it, and even if they don't do a visual, it's like if you care about something, you know, promoting it, however you show care.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you care about it, but I guess in the past maybe it was just people that just be want to make shit, you know.
Right.
Like I just want to make a song, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But regardless of how much time you spend, because I know there's some people. I try not to do the time for me just because I know that there's some people like, shit, they could freestyle and that shit be still real. It be coming from their heart. It's just they got a lot to say and they just able to freestyle to the beat and they'll have a whole song right there. And
Facts.
then, you know, but
That's
then
true.
the intricate part comes in with like the recording process, you know, making sure that you take your time with that.
I mean, because we're all talented and we all have like these individual like talents that we can all probably do one thing way quicker than everybody else can do it. But that doesn't mean that you get to just skip, you know, the time. No, that means that you take now it means you got more time to put into these other places where you might lack at or, you know, these other things. But it needs to be equal. I feel like it just needs to be equal work in order for it to be a great song. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, that's why I say I agree. Yeah.
It needs to be great. And then also just like the equal respect amongst the collaborators in the group. Like that's also super important. There can't ever be a moment where you're collabing with somebody, collabing with other people, and they feel like they doing you a favor, or you feel like you're doing them a favor. Like it's always y'all got to come into it. Everybody got to come into it just on equal grounds with an equal respect for each other, because that's how, you know, like I don't know if it says this in the Bible, but somebody told me once that like God gets really mad when we don't recognize that it's God. And I think like I've also heard that spirits are the same way. Spirits get really mad when like their greatness isn't like acknowledged. So like, especially with artists, like we can tell like if somebody's like doesn't like see like the greatness in us, like they don't see like our true spirit, like, you know what I'm saying? And like our true spirits always want to be seen and they want to be recognized. And so like if that's not ever recognized, like that's really bad. Like so in a creative collaborative setting, everybody has to see each other's spirit and like see their pure spirit and like just appreciate it, and it has to just be like that, you know, just all around just respect.
And most time too when you come together with somebody like that,
not saying that this doesn't happen, I'm just trying to give everybody just some advice is when you're working with people, because this is the things that make collaborations work well.
Yeah, like honestly, that and also it's just when your intentions are pure in general. Because if you don't really care about collabing with somebody, but you're just doing it because you see they popping and you just like, then you just doing it because of that, and you know you're using it for that. But then when you know how nowadays, like the way we all come together is because we kind of on our own like level of that. So it's like we coming to each other because it's like, yeah, I'm coming to you because I respect you, and then you respect me because you're like, what, you want me on your check, and I'm like, I want you, and it's just like a mutual thing, you know. Sure. So on the level like we are for sure.
There's nothing wrong working with somebody just because they're popping, just so you can be popping, but you know you could do that too. You just pay for it and then.
But I didn't say there was anything wrong. I'm saying like you don't have to have the respect right then. Like some people do things just to do things, but when your intentions are pure in general, the respect is already there.
Sure, yeah.
Like you know how when you just purely like know that I want to do this for the love of music, and then some people just do stuff just for like stunts. You know what I'm saying? Like publicity stunts or whatever. And then that's where it's kind of like, I don't know if I respect you as an artist or not. I just know that if I do this one thing, you know what I'm trying to say? But then when you really care about the music, like you said, it's like that respect.
What about people that like being seen as artists but don't really want to like do the work to be real artists?
I don't know. We was talking about this the other day about people using music as like a scapegoat. And it's okay to have. I think what's messed up right now is that streaming and stuff became a thing, because I personally think that SoundCloud made it a little bit less stressful, because it's like if you don't have SoundCloud or if you didn't go to SoundCloud, you wouldn't even care. So you could literally put out the stupidest music. I mean, there are some gems on SoundCloud, but what I'm trying to say is before we were allowed to put our music on streaming platforms, SoundCloud was the way. SoundCloud and YouTube, right?
Sure.
Anybody can go on YouTube, do a crappy cover of a song and post a video of. Anybody can make a song and record it with their iPhone and put it on SoundCloud and just be like, check out my song, because it's like less pressure.
Right.
But now that streaming's available, those people that I'm describing, they should have just stayed right there.
In SoundCloud world?
They should have stayed.
In SoundCloud.
I don't want to try to say SoundCloud in general, because I don't know any other platforms that you would do that on. So I'm just using the name. But I would just say, don't try to. I think there's like a lot of mixed confusion now,
don't
because
step
now
into the industry.
Yeah, like now they know that they can just make a song and put it out there too, right? And so that makes them an artist. Well, no, we were supporting your little dream when you was doing it, but this is for the people over here that's trying to do it for real. You know, don't try to put stuff into the world. Like, I don't know how to describe it, y'all, but I could just tell you, like, there's some people that really don't do this because they love it. They just do it because they can.
Because they can.
And that fucking sucks, because there's some amazing singers out here, amazing people that just do the shit and they just call themselves an artist. But no, this is just your therapy. This is what music is, therapy though. Like this is my escape as well, but it's also my passion. It's not like I literally don't feel like I would be me without music.
Right.
Like, I cannot. Every single day I'm singing, I'm doing something, and I cannot imagine my life without music. And the music is like the one thing that has been there with me every single day, whether I'm happy, sad, like whatever. So why the fuck would I treat music so little, like it hasn't been there this whole time? And if you ain't feeling like that, or some sort of whatever music is for you, but it's so bad that you don't want to do anything to lose, like, you know, you don't want to lose it, then you're not for real. And it's okay to sing in your room. It's okay to post shit up on YouTube. Then just do that. But stop trying to tell everybody that you're an artist or you these things, because yeah, you do art, but if you're not for real about it as a career, then move around. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's so many, and it's probably people like that in the big world too. They really just doing shit just to be doing it. And I'm saying you can't do other things too, you know, but it's just messed up.
Sometimes I'll be feeling like people have like they love music and they love artists, but they don't have enough respect for them sometimes, or they don't appreciate it enough. So they be like, oh, I could do that too.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, I could do that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can make a song and put it out, you know what I'm saying? And then, sure, you could do it, and you're going to do it, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
only the real one's going to last.
And there's different levels of dedication too, you know, I guess, but.
Yeah, and it's like, y'all, I agree with that, because it's like, man, it's some people that really just be out here like, oh, shit, make a song, oh. And it's people that probably got more resources too, access to more resources, and they're able to do it faster, like whatever it be. But at the end of the day, people gonna know what's real. So your shit might be cool for a little bit, but if you ain't really being for real with it, it's gonna fall off. You might fall off. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and only the real people that's really doing it, no matter how long it takes, they're gonna be the ones that last. They're gonna be the ones.
You got to make actual sacrifices.
You know.
You got to make sacrifices to the music god.
So like, if you're not serious for real, or if you are serious, but life, because some people get in the way of their own success too, because they might actually do be serious about it, and then they just get in the way of their own head, their own thoughts, like whatever, and they not strong enough. Come in, you agreed on like one time, like if it's your passion, like nothing can stop that. But then there are literally some people that let like life do so much
that's why
damage
I say that's why
I
use the word sacrifice, because sacrifice is going to imply some people will do anything as long as it's convenient for them in life, but it's only in times where it's like, okay, now you got to sacrifice something in order to continue to do this, that people will be like, oh, okay, never mind, I didn't want to do that no more. No, I'm not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that important.
It's everything, y'all.
Or not that it's not that important. It's maybe I don't believe in it enough.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't see the benefit of sacrificing in this moment, because I need something else more than that, and I don't see. But you know, it's just the things be going through my brain, y'all, because I've done sacrificed a lot. I've been poor for a long time off of this shit, just trying to make it. I've had to get rid of nice cars and all types of shit, you know, for this. And at this point in my life, I'm doing okay for myself, but I don't feel bad about any of those choices. I actually am really proud of myself for all of them.
Yes, and that is a good thing you just said. You know, not feeling bad about it, because
I don't feel like it was a waste of time or wasting my life or nothing like that.
Amen. Come on.
For sure, felt like I was wasting my life fucking working that job I had.
But shout out to y'all though, because God nigga, what you trying to get?
Oh yeah. Shout out to y'all.
You know, I agree with you on that, because the people around you, like, y'all gotta be careful too, because the people around you gonna also make you feel dumb for the sacrifice that you made. But it's like in the long run, like I said, if you just keep going, you guys, because if you really care about it, like he said, you're gonna make them regardless, and then people are gonna start seeing that if you keep working at it, your sacrifices weren't in vain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And it don't even matter if they see it or not. As long as, like I said, as long as you feel like you did what you wanted to do, and like, you know, you feel like you're on the right path, fuck what everybody else think. Facts.
I done made some sacrifices shit just to do fun. Like, I got to a point in my life where, like how you say, we were just working for people, or like working for bills, like working for everything that we just like have to do, you know, that we thought we had to do, and we do, or just to survive, you know. And so, and to the point where, like, a point in my life where I was like, man, am I even living? Like, am I even? And I did feel like I was growing each year. I didn't feel like I was stagnant. It just kind of felt like, this is my life, man. I could die tomorrow. Like, did I do all the things I wanted to do, or just anything? Like, am I really living life?
Yeah.
And so then once I kind of, like, my parents, they taught me responsibility and like how to do things. So once I learned how to do those, I was like, well, now that I got the tools, I should be able to like change stuff if I want to. Because it's not like I don't know how to take care of myself, because I already proven that I can. I don't got to prove it to nobody else, because I know I can take care of myself. So if everybody looking around, damn, she always gone, she doing this, my bills paid, you know what I'm saying, like shit like that. But I got to the point where one time I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it, man, I'm going to live life, and I'm going to do this music. I'm just going to say, I don't give a damn, as long as I could eat and sleep somewhere, I'll be all right. And that may be a crazy hippie way to think, but it worked for like a while, you know. It still works a little bit, but then there are times where you gotta dial back a little bit. But I just started being like, shit, want to go out of town, the ticket $20, you got $25 to your name, buy the ticket. Like, it was like that, because I feel like I was always so scared or worried about responsibility that I didn't just go on a whim and just say, fuck it. Like, I know I got it, God got it. And then every single time I would do that, it always worked out. Like, I swear, I would just feel like, fuck it, I'm going on this trip, I don't care. And then, like, I would have somewhere to stay. I would like end up maybe making some money right before I went, but I already bought the tickets. Or like, it always be like something, you know.
That's how that girl ended up stuck in Atlanta on NBA Finals weekend.
Nah,
she's
see,
one of them. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go. God gonna take care of me. We
you know
gonna
what?
be good.
Okay, maybe I should explain.
Next thing you know, she doing a motherfucking GoFundMe talking about, oh, I can't get back
You're
home.
Right. Let me explain to the people. There's levels to this shit. There's levels of fuck it. I don't mean like legit be so, what do you call it?
Frivolous.
Naive and frivolous to the point where you're like doomed. When I say fuck it, I mean I made sure I could get there and back, and I had a roof over my head. It was just more like worrying about, okay, Lakita, so you out here now, what you gonna eat? But that's some shit I could worry about later. Okay. But like I'm gonna have my way there, I'm gonna have my way back. Like I'm about round trip, and then I'm also gonna make like anything dealing with transportation, and then my bills. I'm not that frivolous, y'all. My bills and stuff would be paid before I would go. But it's almost like, would you use that last little bit to go anywhere, or would you just be like, damn, I paid out my bills. I guess I use this to stay in town and eat. Because I knew it was when I was working, so I knew I was gonna get paid next week or like some shit or just something. So like I never would do anything without making sure my bills was paid. Like I always make sure my bills paid before I do anything. So don't be don't be crazy now, but just don't be afraid to like take certain chances.
And this is when you had a job?
This is when I had a job, and then a little bit before COVID when I didn't have a job. Because I'm still the same way. Like I'm never gonna leave without my bills and stuff being paid. So like that's just straight dumb. Like to be like, well, fuck the bill. Don't do that. But there'll be times where I would just be scared to do anything because of how I was like raised. It's like save.
Oh, I don't believe in all that, but I'm like I don't. I guess I don't. That's all what you're saying right now is just blowing my mind because I am in my head where I am at right now. I don't do things like that because there's always any extra money. There's no extra money. Like there's always investments to be made. There's always things that need to be gotten. So for me, I'd much rather take that money. I don't really need to go nowhere. I'd much rather invest this money in things that I'm trying to do right now and get equipment, all types of other shit now. I'm not worried about it, y'all. I feel like there's gonna be a point in my life where I have millions upon millions of dollars, and I'm gonna get to go every fucking where I want. So I'm not itching to go nowhere. Like I'm chilling. Like I feel like the more that I buckle the fuck down, stay my ass where I'm at, build up this shit that I got going, the sooner I'm gonna be able to just say fuck it and be doing twice as many things that y'all before most people will never have ever get the chance to do.
And honestly, you know what? It's like. That's what how like what you're saying like that, that's what life is for sure. Like you don't ever want to just be like moving through life with like no goals, no purpose, like no goals of trying to build, like none of that kind of stuff. That was just, a point in my life, like after I had already gotten my equipment and stuff, like I wasn't doing nearly as much things as I do now. Like I knew how to do videography and stuff like that, but I didn't have like an actual business in it. Like, so I wasn't, if I already had all my music equipment, there wasn't another venture that I was trying to invest in. Like I wasn't trying to get merch. I wasn't trying to, like it was like, there was a point in time where like artist Lakita, I didn't even have an album. I just had like my SoundCloud shit and doing my YouTube and just doing gigs. Like, everybody's walk of life it definitely is different. So I agree with like him, definitely buckle down and get the things that you're trying to do. Cause I'm not like that, like completely. There was just a point in my life that I don't regret. I think I was just mainly speaking on the non-regretting stuff. I don't regret.
No, you're also speaking on like things that you need because we already know that you're the type of person that like you need to like get out.
I need to explore. I need to or just try new things. It could be making a new meal. It could be going outside. Like it don't have to be expensive. It don't got to be hella money. I enjoy just talking to people. Like I just enjoy different stuff because we were talking about this the other day. I don't even be realizing it, but just sometimes from a conversation with somebody, I might learn something new that I wasn't expecting to actually help me in life, or just something small that you're like, damn, I would never knew that if I would never just been chilling with you or something.
Right.
But there was a time where I hadn't gone anywhere by myself because all the trips I had ever taken was with my family. So, as an adult, I wanted to experience life as an adult, if that makes sense.
Right.
Anything I had to do was always permission, or I got to ask, or I'm only going with family. So and I'm a girl, so then they would be scared for me to drive places by myself. Like, it was like all that shit. So then once I was living on my own, I was like, I'm not gonna go buck wild, but I'm gonna like explore life because I don't have to ask, because I make my own money. I live in my own place. Like, I could be gone, then I'm gone. Like, I could just do whatever. And it just helped me because I got to experience like different food, different like people, different life. Like, it inspires me. So I know the artist in me for sure is very like, I need to get inspired, or I'll just have like internal, external writer's block. Eternal is what I meant. Writer's block.
Yeah. I just have to make sure everything I'm doing is building towards like something that I'm working on, because I guess the only fear I have is like getting old and being like, damn, I was like, I ain't work hard enough, or like, damn, I spent too much time just doing random shit that wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't focused towards like the overall end goals. Because I feel like that's what people do a lot in life, is they just do so much like random shit because like, I don't know if it's because they're bored or just got to be out or whatever, but you just end up doing so much like random shit that doesn't like do anything other than just like give you, I guess, just memories of doing random shit. But then you grow old and you're broke and you're fucking living off Social Security. But you went skydiving at one point in your life. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? So like, people do all types of just random ass shit that just doesn't help them like get to a point in their life. You're gonna get old fucking one day, right? And like, what kind of old person you want to like? What kind of life you want to live as an old person? You want to live one where you're fucking unhealthy, broke, ain't really had no type of accomplishments. Your kids are broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of old person you want to be? Like, I don't want to be.
If you make it there, though,
make it there,
that's the thing. Is what.
But I'm gonna assume I'm gonna make it there. I gotta live my life assuming that I'm gonna make it there. Because if I didn't, nobody did that, everybody would be just out here doing what the fuck ever, and nobody would be really trying to accomplish anything. We gotta all assume that we're gonna fucking live to a certain age.
Yes.
That's how we fucking know how to move forward and know what's right.
And that's how you, like, when you're in life and you're planning, yes, you take those things into accountability. And then there's the other part that's reality, that we don't know when we're gonna die. And then that's the part that, as long as you're like working towards your goals, like I said, I'm not saying like just jack off on your goals or something.
No, I know.
Because like I said, like I've always been like goal driven, but then I was so goal driven that I wasn't enjoying life. I wasn't, and I don't care. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna fucking die, but I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not just gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then now, especially now, like, I'm not gonna try to do anything that harms you or harms us, as a unit. But it's just like one of those things where like my whole life, that's all I was taught. I wasn't taught to actually enjoy life. I was taught.
Do you know the number one, the serotonin release that people get in their brains and dopamine release is when they achieve goals?
Mm-hmm. These are, you know what these little things are?
What?
These are, it's okays until the good to go. Yeah, because as a woman, a man can probably easily just hone in and be like, don't. But for a woman, like, we trying to be cute, we trying to do all this other stuff, right? It's a lot for a woman in general. Like, we can't just wake up, we ain't like that. It's shit to this, So it's like, even if you want to look like you want to look, but you can't spend it, so you got to do this kind of shit to just make up for that or whatever. And then there's moments in your life where you just really just like, I am so stressed, or I'm just so whatever. And these are just little things that you would just need to say, it's okay. There's not even so much like they get in the way of the goals, but it's like, if I don't do these little it's okay things, I'm not gonna be okay. Because sometimes just that one little thing will make you okay. Like, just say you work really hard, you got all your bills paid, and you have just a little bit just to do one little thing for yourself, like go get your nail. But so those what I look at trips as. I don't look at them as like, I need to go to Portland, Oregon. Like, it was just like, it doesn't matter where or what. And it's like, especially if you do it with a friend or if you do it by yourself, it's just more like, this is something I just need to get away, or I just need to like do, and it could be cheap, it could be whatever, and I'm not trying to spend a hell of money or ball out or flex for the gram, like none of that. It's just like, I need this reset, really, or I need to be away from my normal routine so I can kind of really think. And that, like I said, that could be the park. That could be taking a drive. It could be.
I feel like not that's not nuts. That sounds actually really healthy and beneficial.
That's what I'm use thinking.
My thoughts are nuts because anytime I get stressed or like when things get tough, I'd be like, "Fuck, I need to be working harder."
Yeah, it's both. But
I'd be like, "No,
it's both.
Shit,
it's both.
Shit's not the way I want it to be. I need to be going harder to get shit right."
And that's what I'm saying. That's our first minds, right? Because if you're a hard worker, you're gonna automatically go, "Damn, what can I be doing?" But at the time that you're thinking, reality is like, just say you don't know how to fuck to get, like, you don't know. It's like one of those moments where, like, if it's slow month for gigs or if it's like something and you're like, oh man, I'm thinking of all these different things, and then you gotta do some shit you don't want to do, and that's sacrifices. But then while you're doing the thing you don't want to do to get that, you're also like, fuck man, where did I go wrong? Because now I'm doing some shit that I don't want to do this, and this is what I thought was doing this. So you're just going through, it's more mental for women, I guess. I would say, if I could speak for y'all. I mean, I can't speak for all y'all, but maybe it's like more of a mental thing where, like, when we are having that moment, for sure, it's like, damn, I know I got to work harder and I've already cried. So, that didn't help, so it'd be like you cried or you did something and you're like, that cool, I got it out, but, still got to go do work. And then, in the midst of you like grinding for it, you got to find like the moments to smile or the moments to say it's okay. Yeah. Because, so that's really what mine be like. People used to misjudge my life a lot, like when they see what they see, but then they also have seen the results of whatever we show them, like whether it's like the content, like whatever it be, like they see the results and they're like, okay, so whatever she doing, it like works for her, because that's the only thing that kind of keep me going, is if I just have like a little sprinkle of like whatever. But I also know when shit's fucked up, I don't got no problem grinding because I had to do it before, So that's why I thank my parents, for the way they raised me, just like success, job, work, save, whatever, because that stuff helped. Because when it's time to do it, like, I know I could buckle down, but then I got to a point where we working for ourselves and we're just kind of like, I don't know, doing our thing our way. And the moment I feel like I have to grind again, makes me feel like I have to do it the other way again, and it gives me like bad, like, like trauma or something, like, damn, I gotta go back to this shit, but at the end of the day, like you said, if you're passionate about it, you're going to do what you got to do in order to keep this going. And
but that's also the reason why I say it's really important. So, like, to take the time to make your investments rather than, like, I know it's great to make time to go on trips and for luxuries in general. Like, that's what you're talking about. We make luxuries for ourselves, and that helps us with working hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, create some comfortable shit for yourself. But what I've noticed is that's great and that's wonderful, and I do it too, but I've tried to more invest my money, because I know whenever things are going well and I have the extra money, I'd much rather take that money and invest it, because then when times start getting hard, those investments end up paying off and making those hard times way less hard. And so, like, I don't have to do things that I don't want to do, because I've made in plenty of investments at this point, to where when anything gets slow, like, it's okay because I've made the investments. That's why you make investments, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I get all of that, but I don't really have a whole lot of times where, like, I feel like I need to get away. That's very rare.
I think if I was you and I had my, let me say this. When I had my place, I didn't feel like I needed to get away. How about that? And then also, if I would have knew about, there was a part of information that I actually wasn't aware of throughout, like, my earlier 20s. Because in my head, I used to think that, you would be married and get a home, or I never thought that even as with the jobs I was working, that I was able to do that, because I didn't understand the concept. I didn't know that you could just literally go talk to somebody, you got good credit, and then you could see what's available for you and see what you can get approved for. And then all my rent that I was paying, I could have been paying for a house. So it's like, I honestly feel like if I was aware at that moment or was having those kind of conversations at the time, then it wasn't that I didn't want it. I just thought that it was out of my league. Like, I'm not gonna lie, what I'm saying? I was thinking, I'm working at Victoria's Secret, I'm doing this stuff, like, how the hell I'm gonna get a house? Like, so it was always a goal of mine, but it just wasn't on the forefront, because I thought it would be once I get like a career, or I already told myself that, I'll actually use that as a sacrifice and just and I guess in my brain, I thought that that's what I was sacrificing, like having the things I really want, like a house and all these things, because I was like, when I make it, I'm gonna get the money at. Because going back to that at once thing, I am one of those. Like I just thought that shit, when I make it, or even just whatever, I'm gonna get a house, but mama house, buy my sister house, boom, like we're in the dough. That's how I was thinking. And so now that I like reshaped that, it's like, oh shit, like even seeing you, like I was like, I didn't know that. I have friends that are younger than me that have homes and stuff, and I was like, we wasn't having those kind of conversations though.
Yeah.
And like now a lot of my friends are, and so I do still learn a lot from my friends because they're achieving things and they've sacrificed, even like hanging out, like even though the ones that are really like doing stuff like Lauren and John, we don't hang out that much. You know what I'm saying? It's because she in school, like they doing their thing, everybody doing their thing, and when we have time, it's our time together because we don't get to hang. So it's like one of them things where it's like, I understand, I've seen certain people sacrifice, but the way they do it, they still kept in touch with me and stuff like that, and we still like are cool like that, and so we make time for each other. And now I've also learned that when you care about those people, even if you consider them your family and your friends, like they're gonna make time for you. And so that's why it's like a good little balance, because when you sacrifice, you hang with these people to take a break from real life. And then we still talk about real life because we're in real life, but it's like once you're doing your daily thing. So that's my escape now. It's not even so much like I don't even feel like I need to go on a trip. Like I don't feel trippish. Like I don't feel like I'm like I need to go on a trip. I just like to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't gotta be a trip. Like I don't feel like I gotta hop on a plane right now or something like that. It just life. Like I said, life could be the park. Life could be just doing something spontaneous, or life could just be like life, like taking the time out to enjoy like what you are blessed with, because we always working so hard on what we don't have or what we trying to get, and then we don't really stop and think about the things that we have access to already for free sometimes, or just like the people in your life before they're gone. Like that's the kind of stuff I be thinking about. So I don't really care about spending money, or like I don't care about like having to go and be flashy and fancy. I just want to enjoy the people that God put in my life while they're here, and we help each other.
What do you think is more important, spending money or spending time?
Wait, more important? What'd you say?
What do you think is more important, spending money or spending time? Do you think spending your money or spending your time is more important?
Time, just because.
Just because that's the fact.
I mean, time
the
is
world,
money for
because
sure.
you only got a limited amount of time on this earth. So I understand what you're saying and all of that, but I think you're missing a key point of what I'm saying. When I say like I don't go anywhere, it has nothing to do with money. It has almost little to do with money. It has everything to do with about like how I spend my time. I'm not spending my time doing shit that I've done before, and like that's not like, or unless it's making me money or unless it's benefiting me some way. So like I love hanging out with people and my friends and all that, but I can't do a whole lot of just hanging out with people. Period.
I think
I can't just do stuff over and over again. That's not like I'm trying to get to a point in my life where I get to do shit that nobody else gets to do.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing the same shit all the time over and over again that everybody else does, I'll never get there.
Yeah, and I wasn't touching on that.
And I'm not saying you were.
Okay. I was like,
I'm just elaborating on this conversation.
Yeah.
Everything I have said so far, I'm not like, this has nothing to do with what you say. It's just you're making me think about things. So I'm just like,
that's what I'm doing.
It has nothing to do with me trying to like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I was mainly commenting on the different walks of life. Is what I was trying to say. Remember, I said if I would have been having those type of conversations with the people in the beginning, like I feel like I would have been like, oh, we need to be investing, and it wasn't until like later on. But then I invested in myself.
Not everybody, but that's the crazy thing is some of our friends they didn't need to do that. Like we've all have like different backgrounds. We all have different parents, so we all like are all set up differently on this earth. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're all put on this earth in a different position, a different class, a different everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, maybe you weren't having some of those conversations you weren't having with some of your friends because they didn't even need to have those conversations. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you know what I mean? Like
they're school, like they're rich, well off,
so everybody's in different places where like there's no point in them having, they don't even need those fucking conversations, but you did, and like I did, and like, you know what I mean? So
I guess it was one of those things too. Maybe that's why I didn't have it either. Though.
That's what makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's what makes sense.
But my parents like they taught us responsibility. They taught us that we're not gonna always be here. That's what my parents always said. So my parents taught us not to use them as a crutch, like they're always gonna be there. And then what happened? My daddy ended up passing away. So he was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that the way I was raised is like, I don't like to depend on people. So it's like, whatever I got to do to not depend on people, I'm going to do that. But also that shit, doing it by yourself is very stressful.
Or why not utilize people that are in your life while you got them?
Because you don't know, because I'm talking about the past. Because right now I just got to a point where I'm okay with it. And then even then there's times where in the past, maybe like year or so, that I just said, all right, Lakita, because if somebody's helping me, it's because I'm allowing it. Because to be honest, I would just be so nervous about, like I told you again, be thrown up in my face or people just not really helping you for.
You're prideful.
I don't even know if it's
people that don't accept help. It's your pride. No, I can tell you and I'm saying I do this too. And we're gonna make all the excuses in the world for what it's not. But there's no reason never to like not accept help unless you know it's coming from somebody has bad intentions for you. And that's about that's the only time.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
right?
But sometimes you don't know if people have bad intentions or not. But you're not gonna accept the help.
No. So it's the fear of the bad intentions. You know what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're trying to say.
Like you'll say if you're pure and your intentions are pure and you're like, I'm not trying to do this to throw it in your face. I'm not trying, like, I literally just want to help you. That's what I was struggling with, knowing that there are actually good people in the world is what I was struggling with. I wasn't struggling with like thinking that, oh, I'm down on my luck. Because I don't have no problem asking my mama.
Yes, you do.
Or my sister.
Yes, you do.
When I've exhausted all my options. Because one thing I'm not going to do is not try, because everybody on this earth works very hard for what they...
All right, but then I'm the only one, y'all.
Well, I'm not finished.
I have a problem saying...
No.
I have a problem asking for help because I am prideful, and so I do have it's not always just about people in the fairies. I'm prideful, and when I ask for help sometimes it makes me feel like less of a man, or it makes me feel like I don't got it all the time. So I'm willing to admit that I am prideful and that I have a hard time asking for help. I'll admit it.
You're a man.
I'll admit it.
But you're a man.
Okay.
Like,
I want you to admit it too, though, because you.
But
do.
you trying to listen to me, and you're going. And I need you to listen.
All right, I'm done. I promise.
Because you try to do this to me a lot, where you're trying to like force something on me, and I'm not saying that there's no pride at all. If I'm giving you the reason behind something, it's because I've done the work on myself, and I've already evaluated why are you like this, Lakita? Why are you afraid to ask for help? Why are you like? I've asked myself those questions over the years, and then at first I went down that whole list, like, Lakita, are you just like, nah, because I got it. So yeah, in the very beginning of my life, it was definitely like that, because I was trying to put, I guess it was like an image, or like a, somebody come to your house, you want to make it seem like, you got it together, because people come to your house, you got 2 dogs, you got this, you got it together. But then really, before I think about when I'm about to ask somebody for something, Lakita, have you really actually like tried, or are you just doing it because it's the easy way out? So that's what I think about when I ask people for help. It's not so much that I'm and then on the other side, I'm also nervous that if you don't have good intentions, that you'll throw it up in my face later. And that's also maybe a hurt to your pride, because you're like, damn, I actually like took the wall down to ask you, because it actually took a whole lot. You know what I'm trying to say? So I didn't experience like good people with good intentions, because I wasn't sure, because there would be a lot of people that would trick me, that would make me, I would think that they were good, or I would just give the benefit of the doubt, and then every time I did that, it would get thrown up in my face. So it was just more like, okay, I don't know if these people are pure or not, so I'd rather just like, if I have to slap my own self in the face and say, hey, Lakita, do better, I'd rather do that, because if I don't know.
And that's a form of pride, Lakita.
And that's what I said. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm telling you the reasoning behind it. So you don't ever think that I'm just sitting over here like, I'm just explaining to you my reasoning now.
Okay.
Because I know you now. Like, I don't know you then.
I know you now, too.
So I feel like you're a person with pure intentions. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but you have trouble asking me for help.
Because I said if I haven't tried, you're missing the other half.
No, but you do be trying, though. You be trying.
But I don't feel like I
You be
know
trying.
I know the grind. Like I know. I guess compared to the Lakita you didn't get to meet when I had like 2-3 jobs and like that kind of grind. And to me, that's me exhausting all my options. And so like I could literally be, it's shit that I just don't feel like going back to that type of grind because I remember how I was then. I wasn't really eating. I wasn't really like sleeping well. Like I wasn't doing a lot of things because I was just so focused on that. But I know I can get back to that. But it's kind of hard because of how we've formulated our lives where we work for like ourselves, wake up when we want based on like we literally have formulated this life that I enjoy. For individually for ourselves, and then like the fact that I have someone else who actually is like that too. It's like, no, I know we could do this shit because we've been surviving. So it's just been kind of like a hard, and maybe that's the pride part that I'm struggling with. Maybe it's the fact that I might have to go back to like that grind mode. But I also feel like because you witness and you see me every day, like I honestly feel like that's kind of messed up. If I haven't gone out there and did that grind in my head, then that's when I don't ask because I'm like, damn, I see like you work hard for your money too. And like, trust me, y'all, it's mainly because I see the people that I'm asking. If I'm asking you, it's because I already know you have a pure heart and I know that you will help me if I ask. But then I'm going to feel bad because you're working hard for what you do. And if I haven't exhausted all my options to try to go get it, I feel bad even just for asking because I know it's just the easy way out. And I wasn't raised like that. It's not even so much like that I'm afraid because if you need the money back, I'll pay you back. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I don't have no problem. I don't feel like you're gonna run around and be like, y'all, Keita was down on her. Look, y'all, I had to give her, this money. Like I don't feel that way anymore. I used to feel that way about people, but now I only have people in my life that if I can ask these people, you're in my life because I feel that you have the best intentions for me. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't have that fear of stuff being thrown in my face. It's just more like, damn, I feel bad in general because I could be going harder because I've gone like harder than this before. So it's just me training my mind to get back to that, even though I might not like it. And I just feel bad for asking for money from you.
Sounds like pride to me, but if it's not, I'll take your word for it.
I mean, are you hearing what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean,
so
I'm absolutely hearing it.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you have my pride, I will say my pride kicks in the way if I can't tell if you have good intentions for me. Yeah. And then if I can tell you have good intentions for me, then it's not so much my pride, it's so much me actually feeling bad for even asking in general because I see if I care about you and I know your life, I know how hard you work, is what I'm trying to say. Yes. So the second half of me is just feeling bad in general, like, yes. Like I don't want to ask this man or this woman or anybody for their money, and I'm over here like thank you, and then if you care, most people be like, you don't gotta worry about it, like I got you. But my friends, they treat me the same way too. Like my friend, she'll go out there and hustle, and she'll be like, Keita, I literally drove these Ubers all night, and I try to do it. I'm just like $50 short, like you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, well, she went out there and tried before. She just didn't do shit about it, and was like, but I know if Keita got it, she'll give it to me. You don't know what I need that money for, right. But I know that that if I care about you, no matter what I need it for, I'm gonna give it to you because I care about you. So that's what I'm trying to say. When it's people that I know that'll give me their last or just give me whatever, I don't want to use those people. I don't want to use that if I haven't exhausted my options because I don't know what them people needed that money for. But just because they care about me, they're going to give it to me. And I'm over here like, thank you, Lord. Woo. Now I'm glad I ain't had to go out there and work for it because they just gave it to me. That's messed up to me. And then what they be over there, they could all be over there feeling some type of way, be like, damn, but I really care about it, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to her because they thinking that I done tried or whatever. Like, I don't know. That's just how I grew up, y'all. But I don't ever want people to feel like I'm using them. How about that? So that's just another part of it, too. And because I'll give you my last if I care about you. If I got $5, you need $5, that's all I got, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But there are people that literally only ask because they know you'll give it to them. And I think that's fucked up.
I agree, but I don't think you're like that. I don't think I'm like that.
Yeah, I know. And I got tricked so much too. I've gotten tricked so much, babe. With me and you have to bear with me on that because I've just gotten tricked so much. I ain't gonna throw nothing in your face or whatever, and then like get in an argument, and that's the first thing that comes out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of those things where.
Yeah, that definitely sucks.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me in my last one. It's like you could trust me, you could ask me for help. So I was like, okay, I need help with this. Then he helps, and then like later on want to throw it in my face like I couldn't do it, but you asked what could help me, and then I told you, and I knocked the wall down and told you, and then you get in an argument, and now you mad about something random, and you want to be like, and I'm doing this for your insurance first, because then you finna get a first of all, nigga.
It's called gunny sacking. And when you take take communications 101, you learn it's one of the most inefficient ways to communicate with an individual.
Yeah. Because I don't care how mad I get at you, I'm not finna be like, that's why your broke ass was over there. Like, I just be like, why would I remind you of a time at your lowest? Because you were vulnerable with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, vulnerability is special. If somebody's vulnerable to me about something, I'm not going to throw it up in your face later because I want you to remain vulnerable with me. So I'm vulnerable and I'm like, hey, I do actually need your help with this, and I already feel bad already. And maybe that part, the feeling bad, having to ask, yeah, okay, pride, right? But I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm just going to fucking do it. Does it later.
I know there's, so again, even though I jumped to pride right away, and I know there's a million reasons deeper than just the pride, it all affects your pride, and so it all ends up coming. So once again, when people don't accept help or don't want to ask for help, it's your pride. And I know there's other reasons that tie into the pride.
That's why I said I didn't.
But it's all pride.
I never, for the record, I never disagree with you. It's just like when you come off and you go, yeah, pride, and I'm like, you have to hear all the reasons because for me, I am a person that you have to know the whole thing.
I understand.
Right. Yeah, you know me. I'm not just like black or white. Like, that, like, I'm not just black and white. Like, it's
I do, but I think I'm different, and I think you're probably learning this about me. Is like because of like my background and what I've like where I worked and the things I've done. Like I get to like the root very quickly without having to hear like all of the like life stories. Like I can very quickly get to what the direct, and sometimes that's frustrating. It's just like, it seems like I don't want to hear all of the what led to like this, but I like it, so I just get straight to it. And
I honestly, I can say that part doesn't bother me. It's just that whenever somebody, I need anybody, if you're gonna talk to me at all, I need you to just want to know why before saying this is why. You know what I'm trying to say?
And I want you, but
because I'm not gonna disagree. I'm not gonna disagree. But there is, if there is more to it, it's not so much like telling a story. It's just more like, I need you to know me. I'm basically like, if you're gonna be in my life, you're gonna have to know me, and you're gonna have to know how I think in order to know me. And so it's not even so much like, no, hell no, you're wrong. I don't got no pride at all in my body.
Do you got to know somebody's past to know them? We're going to talk about this next time. We got to wrap this up, but we're going to talk about this next time.
Put that in the comments.
I personally don't think you have to know somebody's past to know them, but we can talk about this next time.
I do. I'm going to say I do, just because stuff about your past helped me understand certain things about you, whether you believe it or know it or not. If I didn't know those things, then certain stuff, maybe it helps me gain understanding. How about that? Because you can know them now, but you need to know like why they're like this, or triggers, or like all kind of shit comes from your past, because I wasn't there for your whole life. But if I saw you grow up, I wouldn't need to know. Like, that's why the friends that are in my life that have been there for so long is because they seen it. And all my newer friends, it's kind of like y'all see me now, but then you don't know like what I've been through. But when we talk about those things, then it's almost like you even respect them even more, because you're like, damn, I know what you came out of, or damn, like, I see this is why you're like this because of this. And then sometimes you can actually see somebody's trauma because of their past.
All right, so you're taking this. That wasn't my question. So, as I said, we'll talk about this next time, because that wasn't my question, and we went.
You said
no. I said,
do you have to know somebody's past?
I said, do you have to know somebody's past to know somebody? And then you went off on a whole tangent about understanding and finding reasons.
All right,
why.
What's no?
Like
what's no? Then define
people that come here to my studio. I get to know who they are without knowing anything about their past. Okay. So I just end up I get to know what type of person they are, I guess, is really what I'm getting at. Like, you can know what type of person somebody is, and you can know a person without necessarily have to know their past. Okay. Now, if we want to, like you said, if we want to start trying to get into understanding and, why does he do this particular thing this way and do that way and all types of stuff? Yeah. Of course.
I guess when you say no, to me, when I mean no, I mean like no.
No, you know somebody, and especially if you're super intuitive, you meet you know people on first encounters. If you're super intuitive, you don't have to know. You don't have to know nothing about their past. You know who you know what type of person that is and stuff. Like
no, you can tell like they're conniving if they're like
you know you can
tell those things. Yeah,
but we gonna talk about this next time. We gotta go. We both have gigs to get to. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you enjoyed just the two of us. You know, just the two of us. We gonna make it.
Make sure y'all do what this sign say back here.
See the sign up there? Got a whole little sign and everything. Like, subscribe, comment. Oh, I said
subscribe, like, comment.
Yeah, there we go. Should I did it the other way? Anyways.
No, you did it right. That's the order. In that order.
Subscribe, like
and comment.
But Keita Valon.
Yeah.
Koala Cool.
Hey.
Now you got it.
We out.
Peace.